Hey, what's up? It's me, Jessica J, and I was just wondering if you've ever sat and thought to yourself, what does Jessica J think of Far From Average? Well, so I'm glad you asked, because I would have never thought of these people or this channel if you never did ask. And to make sure you never miss out on another opportunity to watch me review other dating coaches channels or another one of my videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button with that notification bell. Did I fuck that up? Okay, so like I said, I don't know who these guys are, but I did come across this title, 4 Secrets of Successful Players, and I thought, what the fuck does that even mean? And why don't I react to that? So, that's what I'm gonna do today. I'm just gonna be showing you what I think about this secret sauce of the successful players or some shit, and without further ado, let's get started.
Making girls fall for you left and right is not exactly a superpower that all of us are born with. In fact, for most males out there, the idea of hundreds of girls chasing us down the street because we're just so freaking desirable is nothing more than a pipe dream. But for real players, what is nothing more than a dream for most men is real life. Successful players, or the guys at school that every other guy wished that they could be, are not some special unicorns that no man could ever dream of being. The real truth is that players are just like you and I, except they hold a set of beliefs that is quite a bit different than most modern men, which allows them to achieve results that are quite a bit different than what most modern men are able to achieve.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. Because when I hear the term players, I think of like guys who fuck around on women, swing the dick around anyone it can hit in the face. But this guy right here mentioning that like players are the guys that like, I don't know, are good with women and you wish you could have been back in the day. I don't know, I just think that's a little unfair to have to call men that are good at talking to women players. I don't know, what do you think? Let's keep going.
So how do they do it? What allows them to be so smooth and so successful when it comes to courting our female counterparts? This is where beliefs come in. Belief number 1, women are replaceable. Love them or hate them, players are very good at what they do. And part of why they are so good is because they hold the belief that women are, in fact, replaceable. What this means is that players view any girl that they meet as someone who can be easily replaced. And in the world of the successful player, this becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there because I actually really like this one, and I used to get a lot of shit for saying this to my own clients. That listen, like, I'm sorry, if the chick is really pretty and really nice, and I just think she's great, that's a fucking replaceable ass chick. Because plenty of people are really pretty and really nice. And what was my last one? I don't even remember. That's how unmemorable this bitch was. Anyway, the second you start realizing that these are just people that you are trying to find who will fit in your life, and whatever you see on the outside can be replicated by any other person on this planet, is the second you are going to stop hanging on to these women that you shouldn't fucking be hanging on to. That's where a lot of the neediness comes from. That's where you guys get to chasing down these ladies when you shouldn't, because you think that she's some fucking special ass that you'll never come across again, when in reality, you will. If you are looking for a girl who is, oh, she's so nice and she's funny and she's smart and she's so pretty. If you can't see those as completely replicable traits in other women, then you are going to shoot yourself in the fucking face and never get the women you want. Let's keep going.
But the truth is that every girl is replaceable in the same way that every guy is replaceable. It is almost human nature to believe that each one of us is special and super important and totally different from every other human on the planet. And this belief is especially common in the West, such as in the US. But the truth is that while we are all special, we are not quite as special as we like to think that we are. And in fact, there are thousands of other guys who are almost exactly like me and you, but just a little bit different because nobody is exactly the same. And the same can be said for women. Now, the reason why successful players hold this belief is because they have seen the other side of the fence. Players have been with enough girls to know that, as special as we think she is, there are thousands, if not millions more, just like her. And as harsh as that sounds, she is just as replaceable as anybody when it comes to suitable mates.
Okay, you know what? This is reminding me of what I talked about in my video about she's not worth it and you're not fucking worth it either. This idea that, again, he just keeps saying the word replaceable, we're not special. We're really not! You know, we all came here the same way. We're all leaving the same way. Everything in between is just different details. So fine, while you do want to look at that girl and be like, Jessica, she's more than just a toaster. At the end of the day, if this is a woman who is not loving you and respecting you and treating you right in the way you treat her, how could you possibly look at that girl like she is somebody who is, no, she's the one? Fuck out of here, there is no one. It's just about finding somebody that you can stand to be with and who will contribute as much as you contribute. So stop chasing these hoes. They are replaceable. And yes, there comes a time where you guys are so fucking compatible. It's great. But at the end of the day, none of us are getting out of this alive. So do your best. Everybody's replaceable. Even you.
When a man holds the belief that every woman is replaceable, he no longer views each one as some sort of ultra-rare resource, and instead he sees her for what she truly is, which is just another girl who is very similar to millions of other girls. And by holding this belief, players do not give off the desperate, clingy vibe that so many guys unknowingly give off when they think that they've found the one.
Okay, I really like that they don't give off this desperate, clingy vibe. Yeah, when you do look at a girl like, I will never find another one like her again. Yeah, that's true. We're all different and we're all unique. There's no other person on this planet like you, and there will be no other person on the planet like her, specifically. However, if you're sitting there and you're like, I need that fucking girl about anybody, you're gonna come off as very rapey and very serial killer-ish, because it's like if that person doesn't want you back, you're taking away from the humanity of who they are and making it about you getting something that you want for yourself. And that's, I'm pretty sure that's what murderers think before they, do the thing. All right, let's keep going.
Belief number 2. What girls say is not important. Instead, it is how they say it. It has never been a secret that women love to talk. And when given the opportunity, they will talk for hours at a time because their brains actually reinforce the behavior of socializing by releasing pleasure chemicals within the reward centers of their brain. All players hold the belief that what girls say is far less important than how they say it. But why? Anytime a girl is talking to a guy, what she is saying to him is really just a reflection of how she feels at that moment or what sort of mood that she's in. This is simply the nature of female communication, and it is the reason why girls frequently say things that completely contradict something that they might have said the day before. It's not uncommon for girls to say one thing with words while implying something entirely different with their body language. Successful players realize that what a woman says means very little in comparison to how she says it.
Okay, for a while I was like, where are they going with this? Why does it fucking matter? What's coming up for me now as he's saying this is, I actually just did a promo this past week for something called Shit Test, how to navigate past women's shit tests. And it dawned on me that just now, we women, we will when we really like you, we will put up a little bit of a resistance. We're very aware that we've got the puss and that, you will work hard to get that puss. I always say men are crazy before sex and women are crazy after sex. So what I'm saying is players understand, apparently they're very understanding in the fact that we women will put up resistance, and even if we're like, oh my God, no, don't do that, don't fucking do that. That we mean you should probably fucking do that. All right, I dig that. I dig that one right there. Let's keep going.
Eye contact and other forms of nonverbal communication are the primary means of communication used by females, and the reason why players are so successful at what they do, it's not because they are some sort of magical wizards sitting here from a distant planet. It is because they have learned how to read a woman's nonverbal communication, and they've realized that this form of communication is way more important than the actual words that she speaks.
Okay, before we get there, I feel like I have to say something about this because I feel like that belief was all over the place. Fine, it would behoove you to understand body language and read the room a little better. It would help fucking anybody. And at the end of the day, I do take issue with advice centered around having to read somebody. Oh, you read her body language or you read her signals. Fuck out of here. You just need to know what you want for yourself and how to filter out whether or not you want these women in your life. Too many of you get fixated on what are the signs and signals, Jessica? And I'm just like, bro, if you like her, if you want to fucking kiss her, go for it. You're waiting for all these fucking green lights, and in the meantime, we're sitting there watching you, waiting, thinking, what the fuck is he doing? Why hasn't he made a move yet? Either way, that's all I have to say about that. Let's go on to belief number 3.
Players first. Players didn't just stumble into success by accident. They had to learn it over time, through experience and through repetition. And one of the most powerful beliefs that they have developed as successful players as a result of this experience and repetition is that the player always comes first. When attempting to create attraction with a girl, most guys fall into the trap of going out of their way to please the woman that they are trying to court. And while in the moment, girls will make it seem as if they want you to sacrifice your own feelings and desires to fulfill theirs. But what they really want is a man who worries about himself first.
You know what? I really like that because a lot of you think that's such an asshole thing to do. And I'll tell you why it's not. I always say, you gotta always look out for number 1, and that's you. Too many of you are like, oh, I gotta make sure she's okay. I gotta make sure she's fucking happy. Hey, but you trying to be nice and not go after what you want, you sacrificing your needs and your wants and your desires at the possibility of hoping to make her happy is very manipulative. That's you trying to, have a say in what her feelings and thoughts about you will be without you being a genuine motherfucker. I have so many clients who are like, oh, well, I just bought her all these gifts because she likes them and she asked me to do this, so I did it. And it's like, how happy were you fucking unclogging her toilet while she was getting railed by her boyfriend in the bedroom? Like, oh, well, if she sees that I'm a great guy. Like, fuck, aren't you embarrassed? Anyway, my point is you guys need to stop thinking of you putting yourself first, you having your boundaries, you having your wants, and you not wanting to sacrifice those things as a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. We women respect it. We women complain all the fucking time that we wish we had a guy that was like a girl, and we don't fucking mean it. We don't fucking know what we're talking about. So anytime you think that you need to sacrifice what you want to do or who you want to be because she said that this is what she really likes and what she really wants. Fuck out of here. You should never do that. I hope you got the point.
Now, this doesn't mean that if a building were burning down that a player would run out and leave everybody else inside to fend for themselves. It just means that players don't bend over backwards to please women. It means that players know that girls act like they want you to put them above you or to do things that you don't want to do just to make them happy, but they don't actually want you to do these things at all. What sets the successful player apart from the typical guy who has trouble getting any girl to like is the belief that a man should never bend over backwards to give a woman what she wants. Belief number 4, the player is the prize. For hundreds, maybe thousands of years, men have been taught, usually when they were young, that they are not the prize. Most of the time this happens subconsciously, and it's not uncommon for a man who grew up around older sisters and little brothers to believe that he is not the prize. Usually this occurs because when you grow up in a household where women hold all the power, because there's no father figure and no brothers or no positive male role models, it would only make sense that you would continue to believe what you have always believed growing up. And it's that women are the prize.
You know what? I really like that. One of my favorite movies, 40-Year-Old Virgin, coined the term, don't put the pussy on the pedestal. And a lot of you guys have this mentality that you need to win these women. Again, it's a very demeaning, demoralizing perspective to have, especially if you've got this woman on a pedestal and you're beneath looking up at her. Any woman that's got to look down on you is never going to want to fuck you. And when you look at her as a prize, I'm pretty sure that's extremely objectifying because you're trying to win this thing that apparently can't possibly have a say in what it wants. So at the very least, look at yourself like the prize. What is it going to take for a woman to win you over? What's it going to take for a woman to get you to spend your hard-earned money on her? What's it gonna take for a woman to get your time, which is fucking precious too? You are the prize. We should all be the prize in our own lives. I'm not saying you're better than anybody. I'm not saying that you gotta sit there and be like, oh, bitch, you gotta prove yourself to me. I'm saying that you deserve to be won over. You deserve to have a girl look at you like, oh my God, I'm gonna treat him so good. I'm gonna show him that I'm amazing. I'm gonna treat him amazing. You don't have to sit there and prove yourselves. Granted, I'm not a man, but him saying that y'all were brought up thinking that women are the prize, I totally see that and I get that. And that's just not the truth. That's not the case. You guys have it way, like, y'all are the prize. Women are the ones who have to settle. Women are the ones who are aging. And we're like, oh God, I guess I'll just take whoever's left. Women are the ones who have this finite amount of time, where you guys are the ones who should sit and say to yourselves, well, wait, why should I settle down with you? I can have kids up until I'm 92. You like my little rhyme? So I really appreciate him saying that. Let's see what else he has to say. I'm pretty sure this is the end of it, though.
Ask yourself this. In most Hollywood movies, who is chasing who? Is it women chasing the men, or does it always seem to be the man who is chasing the woman? Men have and will always be expected to make the first move, but there is a difference between making the first move and putting yourself in the role of being the guy who is always chasing the girls. Or being the guy who genuinely believes that he would be lucky if he ever got a chance with the girl that he likes. And the reason why successful players are so successful is because they legitimately believe that they are the prize, or that girls would be lucky to have them. And as is usually the case with beliefs, if you believe it, it typically will come true for you. So if you believe that you'll fail, then you'll probably fail. But if you believe that you are the prize, then who knows, you might just find that girls start chasing you.
Okay, I'm gonna stop it right there. I really like that this, he said 4 secrets of successful players, and he never mentioned once any strategies or tricks. It was all perspective based, and I really appreciate that, because really, guys, how you look at yourself is how women are going to look at you. How you feel about yourself is how women are going to feel about you. If you're sitting there thinking to yourself like, well, why would any woman want me? Then women are going to look at you and be like, why the fuck would I want this motherfucker? So, I think this was a really great video. I am not a fan of the word player. Like, how about like the secrets of any successful man when it comes to getting women? Why you gotta be players? Like, you're literally talking about like, no, she's not the prize, you're the prize. But like, don't players play for the prize? Hashtag Squid Game. Okay, so that's what I thought about this. I thought it was a really great video, and I hope you guys got a lot of golden nuggets from it and appreciate my input on it. And if you know that you struggle with changing your perspective in regards to making yourself the prize, making yourself the one who can pick and choose, don't forget to check out my Speak to Spark Arousal system, where I talk about how to put yourself in the driver's seat to see what women are worthy of your passenger seat. Because let's be real, not everybody is. You don't want to just ride in the car with just anybody. So check it out now, speaktosparkarousal.com. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys next time.